I'd like to welcome Suzanne Ebler, who is a project team lead for STEM, Women Entrepreneurs in STEM program, but she is also the director of Rural Women Entrepreneurs in Tech program, which she is presenting on today. Suzanne brings over 20 years of experience supporting entrepreneurs across Alberta through startup and acceleration coaching, She has a strong understanding of supports available for Alberta entrepreneurs and loves to dive deep in source strategic solutions for her clients. Emerging technology is just one more way to support and advance business, hence her excitement to join the team. Suzanne works collaboratively with her clients to help facilitate decision-making and business improvements by providing the necessary support documentation, policies, processes, tools, plans to achieve their desired goals and the vision for their success. So welcome, Suzanne.
Thank you, Mary Lee, and thank you so much for EDA and Leanne for inviting us here today. I'm going to share my screen as we get started, and we'll jump in if that's okay. And I'm open to questions as we go today, so just fire them out. Now, Mary Lee, I'm just going to let me know if this shows up okay. Did that show up? Good? Okay.
Yes, it did.
Woo. Awesome. Okay. So yes, my name is Suzanne Ebler. I'm actually part of the Economic Development Lethbridge team. With us today, I think Ben's here. Hi, Ben. He's from EDL as well. So on the screen, these are some of our key partners. And I am going to kind of maybe chat a little bit about the background as we go, just to give you a background of how the Rural Women Entrepreneur in Tech program came about. So I'm going to the next slide, and I hope that went through okay. Come on, little one. There we go. So this is a quick agenda. The background, of course, of how we got here, some of our previous programs and our key learnings. Because this program is going across the province, we're really excited to share this program, but also we wanted to engage and really understand what's happening in all the different rural towns out there and ensure that we've got an understanding of how to refer entrepreneurs back into your ecosystem and also to understand the gaps. So we're going to talk about that with the RWEIT program. I'm also going to share with you some resources that we have on our site that are available for any of our ecosystem partners, just to help you find those quick go-tos and resources. And then next steps, how can we assist, and also our contact information should you have any entrepreneurs that you'd like to refer our way. So just a little bit of background information. On that screen there, you'll see Tech Connect is actually a physical incubator right in Lethbridge. And that's owned and operated by Economic Development Lethbridge. It opened in 2011. In 2011, RINSA was formed, and this is the Regional Innovation Network of Southern Alberta, and that has over 10 partners. And so I mentioned both those because those are both pivotal pieces for the application that went in 3 years ago to the Western Economic Diversification, now Prairies Can, the Women Entrepreneurship Strategy Fund for the Women Entrepreneurship in STEM program. So that was a pilot project that we launched in 2019. And because of that, the success of that program, it's actually led to now a province-wide program, the RWEIT program, we call it, and that's the Rural Women Entrepreneurs in Tech, and that's across the province. So I just wanted to kind of share that background and a little bit about kind of our assumptions and our journey and what we've found and what we're seeing today. So, and again, you might, see similar things in your communities. We'd love to hear about those because we've got this program that we would like to make sure that we develop in synergy together across the province. So when we applied for the Women Entrepreneurship in STEM program, so Women in STEM, it was very much a pilot program for Southern Alberta, rural women entrepreneurs in Southern Alberta. And there was a couple of assumptions we had going in to that. And the brainchild behind this program was Renee Barlow, our Vice President of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. She saw this a lot with her journey, running Tech Connect and working with all the entrepreneurs in Southern Alberta. And so put this forward, and I'll share with you some of the results, on the next slide. But some of our assumptions was that a lot of our women entrepreneurs in rural areas did not have the same access that maybe some of the entrepreneurs in Calgary and Edmonton had. So really, not the same supports. It was kind of hit and miss depending on where you were, not sure where to go. Also, with respect to our BIPOC women entrepreneurs, so this is our Black, Indigenous, and people of color entrepreneurs. Again, there's additional barriers there. Sometimes it was language, cultural, systemic. And we saw that as well. Emerging technology. So although it's pivotal when you look at to pivot or expansion, very intimidating for many women. And it's because it's a male-dominated field oftentimes. So emerging technologies was like, ooh, I'm not sure if I could take blockchain. I'm not sure what that is and how do I use that. So breaking down those barriers was really important, we thought. These were our assumptions. Entrepreneurship, sometimes it's experienced very different as a woman and than a man, especially when we're looking at funding, company setup, even balancing home life. And that sometimes is a little bit more tricky when we look at our women entrepreneurs. Mainstream programs, I'm thinking about some of the accelerators that are out there, sometimes very intimidating for women, especially our newcomers that are, again, don't have the same backgrounds or maybe languages. And also just that lack of centralized hub and community for our rural women entrepreneurs. So these were some of the assumptions that kind of drove that initial application. We were successful in receiving funding for that three-year pilot project, and with really great results. So we worked with over 250 individual clients in Southern Alberta. These were individual women entrepreneurs across the board in every small town you can imagine. We had over 1,400 participants in our workshops, and over 500 of our coaching sessions were done with underrepresented clients. So pretty significant that we were able to engage with so many of our newcomers and Indigenous clients and really help them through that journey. So many great success stories, but really validated a lot of the assumptions that you saw in that previous slide. We did see a huge demand for cohort-based training for newcomers and for our Indigenous women. Our last Indigenous program, we had over 104 registrants, which I don't think I've ever seen. And I've been working in our Indigenous communities for a long time. So very successful programming. And of the 335 workshops we offered, 50% were very emerging tech focused and 50% were entrepreneurial. And so from that, we did see quite a bit of traction and people coming back because it was very safe. It was a safe space. You could actually come to a program as a woman entrepreneur and work with other women entrepreneurs on blockchain or developing my own app. And so it was very safe. So we have see quite a bit of an uptake with that. And COVID actually was a blessing during this program, just because everything had to go virtual. We were able to reach border to border with our services. So it was really great to see that, and amazing to see how community can come together online and have that cohort-based module and actually be able to be vulnerable and share and have the coaching. So it was really good. And we also saw a need to develop a resource page where we become a one-stop shop for the women entrepreneurs. Anyway, so that's something that I'm going to share with you because that's going to continue as we go here. But because of this program, this is where the Rural Women Entrepreneurs in Tech program came from. And so I just wanted to be able to provide that background that this just didn't come out of nowhere. It actually is kind of year 4 of our journey. So this program specifically is 1 year. It's a pilot project again with Alberta Innovates. So now it's provincial funders. Our funders have changed. It's province-wide for rural women entrepreneurs. And our core objective with this program is to ensure women entrepreneurs have a level playing field, access to the entrepreneurial ecosystem, specifically when we look at the technology related startups. So I think about, Alberta Innovates has rolled out quite a few pre-accelerators and accelerators. And so many of our women up to now, have gone through some of them, but have been really, intimidated, or maybe lacking confidence, or maybe got different feedback. So being able to actually be that pre-accelerator to the pre-accelerator, so that we can actually set up our women entrepreneurs for success. Also, to make sure that our women entrepreneurs understand what technology training is out there to maybe help them with their pivot. I just met with a women entrepreneur. She's actually down in Medicine Hat. She's actually looking at pivoting her business to be an online platform. All of a sudden, that opens up so many opportunities with micro vouchers and different accelerators. So very exciting to be able to have those discussions and see where that pivot might go. And then also just that niche programming. So we've got some really great traction and great program that we've developed for the underrepresented audiences. So our Indigenous training, our newcomer programs. So those are things that we want to share across the province if there's a need. So again, opening up the doors and seeing if there's a way to work with the different communities and seeing what's out there. And also just community. So what we're doing right now is we're connecting with the ecosystem partners across the province. And so that's all of you. We're talking to all the RINs, we're talking to the chambers, we're talking to Community Futures, we're talking to as many touch points as we can, all the different nonprofits, the immigration services, to understand what programming is currently in place and to see if there's any gaps, and maybe if there's a way that we can actually work together on specific programming. Some of the programming we developed through the WeSTEM program, build your own app, managing app developers. We did demystifying tech. So taking away all the scariness of tech. Cybersecurity was a big one. We did blockchain. We did artificial and virtual reality. So you name it, we've done all types of different tech training, but then we also had application pieces. How does that actually apply to the business model that you have? So, it might be as simple as building an e-commerce page, so that you can actually generate sales outside of your marketplace, your own physical marketplace. So we've done that type of thing. So those are the types of trainings that we've done in the tech space, and we're just trying to understand right now, is there a fit for any of the different communities out or entrepreneurs across the province? We're also recruiting entrepreneur ecosystem navigators right now. So with our WeSTEM program, we had a model where we had 23 business advisors that we contracted to work with our entrepreneurs in different areas. So it could be scale up in ag, it could have been e-commerce, what have you. So instead of having that model for this program, we're going to actually have specific ecosystem navigators working in with that client and working with the different technology funds and programs that are out there. So kind of being that concierge as they grow, sort of thing. So those are the things that we're working on right now, because we're early days. And then I'm thinking that probably end of August, early September, we'll start to develop kind of our rollout of the programming that we will take to market. So I do want to share under the WeSTEM umbrella, so WeSTEM.ca. So that was the Women Entrepreneurship in STEM program. That page website will still hold true. And because there's so many great resources and so many of our partners across Southern Alberta currently use it, we're going to continue to leverage that, and we're going to have a RWEIT program tab under WeSTEM. And I was hoping to have that today for you, but I don't. I'll have it maybe on Monday. Anyway, it's being developed right now, but you can go here at any time if you're working with any entrepreneur across the province. And this is updated regularly. Our resource page has a plethora of different things for our entrepreneurs. So that's links to, so for example, we're working with Alberta Agriculture. All of their pre-recording trainings are under ag tech and food service. All of the different grants that have just come out are popped under grants. We have specific Indigenous training. There's pitch contests, you name it. So if you're ever just like, oh, I'm not sure where to go or where to refer somebody, you're always welcome to use this page. It's an open source for everybody. But saying that, if you do have something that you want to share with us, be sure to do that, because we can definitely upload. In addition, we do have events tab. And under additional events, we share every free event for an entrepreneur there. So if you have something happening in your community, please share it with us. We're happy to upload that. Our social media traction has been outstanding. I can't get over how much the women entrepreneurs in our province have come together and continue to support each other and follow and go from there. We also have some really great webs under WeSTEM recordings. We have some great podcasts with successful women entrepreneurs. If you're on your treadmill and you're bored, you should just plug in and listen, because some of them are such great stories. And of course, we have mentorship programs and just anything on our portals on there too, in case you want to just reach out if you have any questions. So those are the resources that I wanted to make sure that you were aware about or were aware of. And also just to let you know that if you have any maybe key contacts in your community that are working with entrepreneurs, be sure to connect them with us. You can connect with us. And share any gaps that you currently see. So, maybe there's a newcomer group that is going through entrepreneurship ideation right now. Maybe there's a way we could support. Share any of your resources. And on the Choose Lethbridge website, we do have our RFP for our ecosystem navigators. So that is open until July 20th. So please share that out with anybody any good business coaches in your area that might be of interest to working with our women entrepreneurs. And then how we can help you. We're here to support any of our women entrepreneurs across the province. Even if they're not tech, we will do our best to triage. And I think that's why we're trying to understand all the different entrepreneurial offerings across the province, because we want to be able to plug back in to whatever's out there. So in their own backyard. So, but you're always welcome to share our links with any of your women entrepreneurs. And we're happy to spread the word of any of your local programs and even partnering on entrepreneurial events. So far, our exploratory interviews have resulted in, let's partner, let's put this program together and let's roll it out across our various communities and let's fill seats. So because we do have the capacity to build some programming. So anyway, so the way you can reach us, this is our team. We do have a general mailbox for new clients, and that's RWEIT@chooselethbridge.ca. My email is up there. Ploma is our program manager. Her name is there as well. And then, of course, under WeSTEM.ca, you're going to see that RWEIT tab in the future, hopefully next week. Yeah, just reach out as you have any questions, ideas, thoughts,